Yes, a section of flexible metallic conduit, often called Greenfield, can be used to transition from electrical metallic tubing, or EMT, to a 200 amp panel. The length of the Greenfield is approximately 8 feet. When using flexible metallic conduit, there are several crucial points to remember to ensure a safe and code-compliant installation. Firstly, the flexible metallic conduit must be properly supported and secured. This prevents stress on the connection points and ensures the conduit remains in place over time. The support should be sufficient to maintain the conduit's position and prevent it from sagging or becoming damaged. Secondly, proper bonding is essential. The Greenfield must be effectively bonded to both the EMT and the 200 amp panel. Bonding creates a low impedance path for fault currents, which is a critical safety measure. This path ensures that in the event of a fault, the circuit breaker will trip, minimizing the risk of electrical shock or fire. To achieve proper bonding, use appropriate bonding connectors listed for the purpose. These connectors are designed to create a secure and reliable electrical connection between the conduit and the enclosures. The bonding jumper should be sized according to the requirements of the National Electrical Code, or NEC. Thirdly, the location where the Greenfield is installed must be a dry location. Flexible metallic conduit is not suitable for wet or damp environments unless it is specifically listed for such use. Moisture can lead to corrosion and electrical hazards, compromising the integrity of the conduit and the safety of the installation. If the location is subject to moisture, consider using a different type of conduit that is rated for wet locations, such as liquid-tight flexible metal conduit, or LFMC. Now let's elaborate on each of these key aspects. Starting with support and securement, the NEC provides guidelines for the spacing and type of supports required for flexible metal conduits. Generally, the conduit should be supported at intervals not exceeding 4.5 feet and within 12 inches of boxes, conduit bodies, or fittings. Shorter intervals may be required depending on the specific installation conditions. Use conduit straps, clamps, or other approved supports to secure the Greenfield to the building structure. Ensure that the supports are suitable for the size and type of conduit being used and that they are properly fastened to the supporting surface. Next, let's dive deeper into bonding requirements. Bonding is a critical aspect of electrical safety. It ensures that all metal parts of the electrical system are at the same electrical potential, minimizing the risk of electric shock. The NEC specifies the methods and requirements for bonding electrical equipment, including conduit systems. For flexible metallic conduit, bonding is typically achieved by using a listed bonding connector at each end of the conduit run. These connectors provide a secure and reliable electrical connection between the conduit and the enclosure. The size of the bonding jumper must be sufficient to carry the maximum fault current that the circuit is likely to experience. The NEC provides tables and guidelines for determining the appropriate size of the bonding jumper based on the size of the circuit conductors. It is also important to ensure that the bonding jumpers are properly installed and tightened to maintain a low impedance connection. In addition to bonding the Greenfield to the EMT and the 200 amp panel, it is also important to bond any other metal enclosures or equipment that are part of the electrical system. This helps to create a comprehensive bonding system that minimizes the risk of electric shock. Moving on to location considerations, the NEC defines dry locations as areas where moisture is not normally present. This includes interior spaces that are not subject to dampness or wetness. If the Greenfield is installed in a location that is subject to moisture, such as a damp basement or an outdoor area, it must be replaced with a conduit that is suitable for wet locations. Liquid-tight flexible metal conduit, or LFMC, is a common choice for wet locations. LFMC has a waterproof jacket that protects the conductors from moisture and corrosion. It is also important to use fittings that are listed for wet locations to maintain the integrity of the waterproof system. When selecting a conduit for a particular application, it is important to consider the environmental conditions and the requirements of the NEC. Using the wrong type of conduit can create safety hazards and code violations. In summary, using Greenfield to connect EMT to a 200 amp panel is acceptable provided that the conduit is properly supported, bonded, and used in a dry location. Always consult the NEC and local electrical codes for specific requirements and guidelines. If you are not comfortable working with electricity, it is best to hire a qualified electrician to perform the installation.